Hi everyone, welcome to today's video, and today I'm going to make a zine because I recently sold a zine and I kind of realised that it's been ages since I've made one, so I thought I would do that today. So I'm going to show you how to make one and just tell you a bit about them. I'm not sure if you know what they are, but they're basically miniature booklets or magazines, and they've got a very kind of handmade sort of retro kind of feel to them, I suppose. And I think originally they were sort of handmade and photocopied, so they've got that kind of sort of feel about them. But they can be about any topic you like, really, any kind of niche topic. But I thought what I would do is I made these stamps a few weeks ago, and I thought I could do some kind of sort of flower stamp album zine. So that's my plan. So what I've got here are, you can't see, but I've got lots of stamps. I've got some stencils, some washi tape, and then just bits of paper, doily, tissue paper. These are just bits and pieces I had left over from my other recent projects. And I've got some paint that I might use. I've got deco art paint, I think. And I've also got some just acrylic paint. Pens and inks and things. So yeah, basically all you need is a sheet of paper. I'm just using A4 copy paper, so letter size would be fine. Sometimes use A3, just depends on what a slightly bigger book. But what I'm going to do is do a background, and then I'll show you how to fold it and cut it, and then I'll work on each page individually. So the first thing I'm going to do then is I'll just stick down some tissue paper. So I'm just using a Pritt stick. So as with grid journaling, you just kind of want to make sure that you've got the same kind of bit in each section. I know you can't see the sections yet, but you can always add more when you've got your pages. So really just putting them all over at the moment. So this tissue paper I'm using is just like a dressmaking bit of paper. I don't know anything about dressmaking. I'm not sure what you'd call it, a pattern. It's got English and Italian words, I think, on this one. Okay, so this doily is quite vintagey. There's three. No. Okay, I might use this distress ink. So when you're doing a zine, you don't have to use paper scraps. You can just use pens and paints and things. It just depends what you want to do. And I really like zines because they kind of incorporate lots of things that I like. So I love miniature books and magazines and things. And I like little collections. So zines, like I said, can be about any topic. I quite like the idea of having them all in a little, with ideas in a little book. I know some people prefer to fold it first and know exactly where their pages are, which is absolutely fine. You can do it that way. Sometimes I like just to get a bit of a background down first, but I've done it both ways. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so I think I'll do some stamping. This is a text stamp. And then because I'm putting postage stamps in here, I think I might do a little bit of postmark stamping as well. This is a sort of florally one. A lot of this will get covered up anyway. Okay. Oh, I think I might put some paint on next. So I think I'm going to use a bit of card and just kind of scrape it on. So this paint I'm using quite pastel-y colours. Stick that down a bit more. Okay, then I might just, I'm using an 8B soft pencil to do some squiggly lines. Okay, I might just add a bit of this, and then I think I'm going to fold the paper next. So this tissue paper was just something I bought when I was decoupaging it's a tissue box I made. Okay, one more bit I think. Alright, so I will show you how to fold the zine. So you can do it either way first, it doesn't really matter. You're just dividing it into 8 equal sections. Okay, and then what you need to do is make sure you fold it that way before you cut it. So you just need to make a cut from the centre where it's folded, so that's the open edge, to that first fold there. So okay, so then you just kind of fold it together like so. Okay, then you've got your little book. This is what it looks like at the moment. Okay, actually, if you just wanted a mixed media zine, I think that's quite a nice book in itself, isn't it? Okay, so you can choose which page you want the front to be. probably leave it like that. And then we'll glue on there. Okay, you can glue down these these pages as well, stop them coming up. Okay. Right, so there are our pages ready to finish decorating. So now you know what way up it goes and what pages at the front, back, middle. A bit easier to sort of embellish. So put a bit of that on. Some green distress ink. So this is still a bit of a background really. I could have done this one before I folded out, but it's fine. Okay, I'm going to put the music stamp on. So I'm going to put a little bit of washi tape on some pages. So this is just a flowery tape. I might use some of this. This was a jelly print that I did and then cut up. I like the torn paper effect. Okay, I might do a bit of flower stenciling, I think. I'll use green and purple, so that's peeled paint and dusty concord. Actually, I might use the blue one as well, broken china. So we're not looking for anything that stands out too much at the moment. It's just still adding to the background. I might do some stamping with the distress ink. Okay, I think what I'll do now is stick these stamps in. So these are the ones I've got. Okay. like that. So I will link to the video at the end where I made these stamps. I did 3 sets. I did flowers, small creatures and a London set. Okay, I think next I will, what was I going to do? Well, these stamps, or the butterfly and the dragonfly. Right, I think I might use these pastel pencils, these Derwent pastel pencils. Just to make some marks. And as before, it's good to repeat the patterns just to tie it all together. So I'm just doing some lines. And I might do pink. Do some dots. add some blue and yellow. Swirly patterns. I'm just going to do some kind of leaf shapes with the yellow. Okay, just a couple more things I want to do. Use these stamps. That one I might actually use the brown distressing, so vintage photo. Okay, then because it is like a stamp album zine, I might just put some postage stamps on there. I might just do one more. Okay, I think I just want some birds on there actually. The purple dusty concord. Just go on the outline. You can't actually see it too well anyway. Oh, there we go. think on the front I need more like postage thing, because I'll make it more obvious that it's a stamp album. This one's got some Italian words in there. So. Okay, and then I think I might use a white postage pen. Just do some floral designs. Might use black as well, actually. Which one? Right, and then on the front cover, I need to do some letters. Quite like those ones, but I think these ones will look, this will keep more in with the theme of a zine. So I think I'm going to call it Flower Stamp Album. So as you can see, the zines really don't have to be perfect at all. And in fact, I think they look better when they're clearly handmade. Where's my egg on? Okay. Alright, I think I might put a bit of, let's see what this looks like on the edge. This is the vintage photo distress ink. I think it just finishes it off quite nicely. When I did the text stamp, I made sure I did it so it'd be vertical because I wasn't entirely sure which way up it was going to be. So although it doesn't really matter when you're doing this kind of thing, but it may have looked a bit odd if it was upside down, but don't worry too much. Okay, last page. Okay, so I think that is finished. A bit of glue there. Okay, so there is the mini zine flower stamp album, and then just using the stamps I made. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed watching that and you've got some idea now how to make a zine if you hadn't before. I highly recommend making them because they are lots of fun. They're pretty collectible. You can sell them, trade them. I think they do whole zine fairs in different places as well. So you can just make them for your own enjoyment. So I shall see you again soon. Bye.